A couple of months back, we brought down these posts from the drying shed. The mysterious, helpful person doesn't want to be named. Sensible chap. These are posts that I milled myself on my little homemade bandsaw. They are from spruce trees growing by the roadside. We stood them up on lengths of angle iron stuck in the concrete. This is just a really simple way to keep the bottom of the posts off the wet ground. And we used coach bolts, screw bolts if you like, to hold them on. Now this will be an open fronted shed, at least for now, so really I'm just building a roof and holding it up somehow to keep some of the rain off the machines. We marked them at the right height and then chopped off the tops. Now that was all a couple of months ago, but finally I got back to this project this week, except I was on my own for most of it, which makes everything much more complicated and slow. Up the ladder, down the ladder, move the ladder, up the ladder, drop something, stop for tea. You know what it's like. I made a bird's mouth scarf joint to get the length needed, and decided that if the trailer was in place, I could stand on that, and that would be very helpful, wouldn't it? But the space wasn't big enough for me to tow it with a car, so I was left pulling and pushing it into place. There's a lot of heavy, fresh timber on there. 2 pieces in particular are too heavy for me to move on my own. But yes, I could have taken the rest off, I suppose. This is Douglas fir from a local sawmill. The price has gone up a lot recently, but I just didn't have enough of my own wood to finish the job. Once the ridge board is in place, the job gets much easier, and I'm not doing anything fancy, so it's the simplest possible construction method. There was a time in my life when I was a freelance builder. Mostly slate roofs, but whole houses and extensions and all sorts of domestic jobs. But my knees just couldn't cope with that sort of thing anymore. But it is satisfying to make something big like this once in a while. I'm using some of the old fence posts which are still in position from the time when this was the horse paddock. They are railway sleepers, so they're very tough, but not very straight or upright. Jerry helped me get this extra piece in place so we could fit the gable. Thanks, Jerry. And then Will came and we added the cross braces onto the A-frames. Thanks, Will. And after that, it was just the purlins, which are easy. Most of the rest are bolted together, but these are just screwed on. And after that, it just needed the tin sheets, and they're quick and easy to put on. Especially when Reuben helped some of that. Thanks, Reuben. and that just left the ridge sheets. And then there was somewhere for Sandra to come and visit and admire the view. The idea is to set up a couple of permanent machines in here and be able to process timber of different sizes. It should be possible to mill logs on the big old bandsaw, but that will need a carriage on rails, so there's lots to do first. But it feels good to get a roof on at least. I'd like to add some details in the corners and make it look a bit more friendly, but it's good enough for now, and great to get that job done.